Finding your atomic core. Welcome back to day 7 of the 30 days of positioning mastery. For 6 days, we've learned how to escape competitor obsession, own mental territory, and break free from better, faster, cheaper. Today, we're going deeper, discovering your atomic core, the fundamental concept that transforms what you make into what you mean. Listen to this transformation. Tesla started by making advanced electric vehicles. Today, they own the future itself. Red Bull began by selling an energizing beverage. Today, they own human performance itself. Rapha started crafting premium cycling gear. Today, they own cycling culture itself. This isn't just a change in words. It's the difference between making products and owning meaning. Let me show you how deep this goes. Your atomic core emerges as you climb the value pyramid. Let's see this ascent in action. I've linked the value pyramid below. At the functional level of the value pyramid, we see what these companies make. Tesla manufactures electric cars, Red Bull produces energy drinks, Rapha creates cycling gear. But this is just the beginning, and it's the bottom of the pyramid. Moving up to the emotional level, we discover what they deliver. Tesla delivers a sense of sustainability, Red Bull delivers pure energy, Rapha delivers unmatched style, yet we're still not deep enough. At the life-changing level, we see how they transform lives. Tesla revolutionizes transportation, Red Bull redefines achievement, Rapha reimagines the cycling experience. Now we're getting closer. Finally, at the social impact level, at the top of the value pyramid, we find what they truly mean. Tesla becomes the future itself. Red Bull embodies human performance itself. Rapha represents cycling culture itself. This is where the atomic core lives. Watch how Tesla's atomic core, the future, drives every single decision they make. Think of it like this. Inside out, it's business strategy and IQ, and outside in, it's brand strategy and EQ. Going inside out. In product development, they've abandoned traditional model years because the future doesn't come in annual increments. Their cars improve through continuous software updates because the future gets better every day. Each vehicle becomes more capable over time because that's what the future demands. Their marketing strategy, they spend $0 on advertising because the future sells itself. They rely purely on word of mouth because people naturally talk about tomorrow. Even their business model reflects this core. They sell directly to consumers because that's the future of commerce. They've eliminated dealerships because middlemen belong to the past. They've removed price negotiation because the future has no time for haggling. Look at their product names. They tell the whole story. The car models spell SEXY. E is the 3. The Cybertruck looks radical because the future is radical. They build gigafactories because the future is massive. Red Bull's atomic core, human performance, shapes everything they touch. And I mean everything. Let's start with their product decisions. Have you noticed they don't talk about taste? Because taste is irrelevant when you're pushing human limits. They price their product at a premium, not because it costs more to make, but because breaking boundaries has a value. Here's where it gets interesting. Red Bull isn't really a beverage company at all. They're a media company that happens to sell energy drinks. They own a media house that creates content about one thing only: human achievement. They document people pushing limits, breaking records, and achieving the impossible. When they sponsored Felix Jump from the edge of space, they weren't selling energy drinks. They were showing us what humans can achieve. When they own Formula One teams, they're not advertising, they're creating platforms for peak performance. Every event, every team, every piece of content says one thing: this is what humans can do. Now, let's take a look at Rapha's atomic core, one of my favorite brands. Cycling culture transforms everything they do. They don't build stores, they create clubhouses. Why? Because culture lives in community, not in transactions. These aren't places to buy things, they're places to belong. You don't just walk in to purchase cycling gear, you enter to become part of cycling's story. Their content strategy, they don't create ads, they document heritage. They don't sell products, they share stories. Every image, every word, every film celebrates culture of cycling. Even their partnerships tell this story. When they partner with Team Sky, when they're present at Tour de France, when they collaborate with cultural icons, they're not sponsoring events. They're weaving themselves into cycling's cultural fabric. This is what happens when your atomic core is clear. Every decision becomes obvious because it's either serves the core or it doesn't. So how do you find your atomic core? Start by asking deeper questions. What business are you really in? Tesla isn't in the car business, they're in the future business. Red Bull isn't in the beverage business, they're in the human achievement business. Rapha isn't in the apparel business, they're in the cycling culture business. What drives your decisions? For Tesla, it's about accelerating tomorrow. For Red Bull, it's about pushing human limits. For Rapha, it's about celebrating cycling's soul. Now, what could you own completely? Not a feature, not a benefit, but a concept. Tesla owns tomorrow itself, Red Bull owns achievement itself, and Rapha owns cycling passion itself. Here's how you'll know when you found your true atomic core. First, it makes decisions obvious. You won't need committees to decide what to do next. You'll simply ask, does this serve our core? The answer will be clear. Second, it cannot be copied. Yes, competitors can copy your features, they can match your benefits, but they cannot own your core. It's yours alone. And finally, it drives everything, not just product development, not just marketing, everything. Your core becomes the source code for your entire business. In tomorrow's episode, we'll explore the psychology of positioning. But today, find your atomic core, because once you find it, everything changes. Share below, what business are you really in? What's your atomic core? And how would it change every decision if you truly owned it?